Okay, I wanted to start today off with this analogy that I was thinking of on the way here, and the reason I was thinking of it in particular is because I was going through some traffic, heavy traffic on the way to the gym, and I had the thought of how I got so upset and aggravated whenever somebody would pull in front of me and get ahead of me. And I would do almost everything I could in order to get back around that person and get back my spot in line. And I don't know why we don't all view life in that same way, where if somebody's getting a step ahead of you, it should light that same type of fire in you, give that same type of road rage, that it should give you that intensity to where you should want to get back your place that you lost, and you should want to catch up to that person and surpass them, and it should light that same type of fire in you in the same way that that does. And it's so weird how something that means basically nothing, because who cares about one person getting in front of you in traffic? It won't change the outcome for whenever you arrive to the destination. But in life, whenever somebody gets ahead of you, it doesn't bother us near as much. But something that is that minute and that small of a deal in the overview of everything, people have literally coined the term road rage because it happens so often. But rarely do we have any terms for whenever somebody gets ahead of you and wanting to catch up with them. So I'm just going to start with that little analogy. I don't think that's going to be exactly what I talk about today. I'm going to go ahead and go into this weird setup that I saw TNF do. It's supposed to be really good for flexion with your upper pec. So I'm going to be doing like a reverse grip on an incline. So I'm basically going to be right here. I'm trying 2 plates. I just did one warm-up set with this to see how it felt. I did 1 rep. Felt pretty good, but also pretty heavy, so I don't know how many I'm going to get. But yeah, so that's the opener, that little analogy, and then I'll go into whatever point I end up falling on here in a second. It honestly wasn't that heavy, but I think it's because how I'm positioned. It's a little bit more middle and lower pec in comparison to as much upper pec recruitment as I would like. But I'm not exactly sure. I might go back and watch his video for setting it up and see if I'm doing something a little bit differently. He might have it on a higher incline. So, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you feel it in the muscle you're trying to recruit. It matters with the muscle mechanics and how you're setting it up. So if it looks like it's set up properly, my form looks okay when I watch it back, then I'll go ahead and stay with this setup and do another set here. I already did my first set today, my first workout, first exercise, and it was a form of flat bench on a machine. I decided not to record it just because the gym's really loud today, so I went over here to the 0.5 gym that's a little bit more secluded to try and give a message. And yeah, so that's basically it. I might record the next set here, I may not. Either way, I'll come back with hopefully something that ties into the opening analogy. So I know we've all seen this picture of Muhammad Ali where it looks like he's just talking shit and he's telling the dude that he's fighting to get up, like, fight's not over, get up, I want to keep fighting. And the backstory behind that is, I don't know how true this is, but this is what I've heard, is that the person who was fighting that night, it was a fixed fight, and the guy apparently was taking money to fall and taking money to lose. And with boxing, there's never an easy fight, regardless of who you're going against. It doesn't matter what the record is. Anybody can land a lucky punch any night. And for Muhammad to be going against somebody who's basically giving him the fight, and him to have the mindset that, fuck that, I don't want to be given anything. I want you to get up and I want you to fight me with everything that you have, because I worked hard to be here. I took the prep and I took the camp seriously to get to the point that I'm at, and this is wasted time that I put into my craft. And a lot of guys would be like, this is a night where I'm able to take it off, I'm able to ease back a little bit and recover and not have to push myself as much. But he had the mindset that even though this guy was taking the fight and he was letting Muhammad win, he didn't want that to happen. He said, get up, I want to keep fighting. And a lot of people don't know the backstory behind that, and that's what makes that picture mean even more to me, because even whenever something's handed to you, the mindset to not take it and to want to work for it is what made him special and what makes him one of the greatest to ever do it. And just want to touch on that also. I know that is a little bit different than what the opening analogy was, but the way that it ties in for me is that, you know, whenever somebody cuts in front of you in traffic, we don't even have that type of anger whenever somebody rightfully steps in front of you and earned that position. But that person, Muhammad, was mad because he didn't earn it. He was mad because he didn't earn it, and we can't even have enough passion for something to be upset whenever it's taken from us. And he was mad when it was given to him. And that's the type of mindset that you have to be successful. And that's the type of mindset that I'm trying to create for myself, to where no matter how I achieve something, I don't want it if it comes easily. And the harder that it is, the more that it's going to lead to that fulfillment. And not only the fulfillment of achieving it, but the fulfillment of pursuing something. And with that being said, I'm gonna go into this set right here. On my last movement outside, I was doing this, which is the upper pec is responsible for flexion and adduction. So this motion right here is flexion. Now I'm gonna try to do some adduction here from my upper pec. And I'm also gonna be using these grips, these ghost grips, because the squeeze allows you to recruit more muscle motor units whenever you are lifting. So it'll make me stronger, basically. So I was just in the this back gym, and obviously I was talking, and the music turned on, and it cut me off in the middle of saying what I was wanting to say, and I lost my train of thought, and I ended the video, and I was upset that, you know, what I wanted to say, I wasn't able to say it to you guys. But now that I'm pursuing something with a heavy intention behind it, I'm getting better at having faith and believing that everything is orchestrated by God and is happening for a reason. And the reason that that message was cut off is because what I was saying wasn't meant for the person that's listening right now. And what I'm about to say, whatever it may or may not be, is going to be for somebody that needs to hear it. So whenever you have the trust and the belief that you're pursuing something for a reason and a purpose and a real intention behind it, it's a lot easier to just trust God whenever things don't go exactly how you think they should. Okay, I wanted to deliver my last little message here in front of this, because I think this kind of represents exactly what my channel stands for. So just decided I would do that today, be a little bit different. I'm not really gonna have a message myself, but I'm gonna read a couple verses here, and then I'm gonna give my own quick little breakdown on them. The first one is, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Mark 11:24. And I think a lot of people have a misinterpretation of exactly what this means, or maybe not a misinterpretation, but they don't go about it the correct way. They think that if they pray for something and God, I believe I've received it, they say the words, they think that that automatically means that they're going to receive what they've been praying for. And I think that believing that it's already been received and you're going to receive it means being prepared to receive that gift. If somebody says they're going to give you a brand new car, you better have a driver's license. You know what I mean? You better be prepared in order to receive that gift. And I think that a lot of people assume that since they say all the right things, they're going to get all of the right things, but they have to, you know, words without actions are empty and they're meaningless. And I think that words are important and there's power in the tongue, but if you don't meet your words with actions, then they end up being empty and they lead to you not getting exactly what you are capable of receiving in this life. And I think that God's not going to bless you with any of the prayers that you're asking for if you're not ready to receive them, you're not willing to do what it takes in order to receive them. The second one, the last one, is going to be, I will give you more than you ask for. Be patient and trust me. Ephesians 3:20. And I think this one's great because it goes to show how much we have already, because we all have more than we've asked for. We usually don't ask for perfect timing with the train. We usually don't ask for, you know, our hair to grow on our head. We usually don't ask for our taste buds to work. We don't ask for all these things that happen naturally in our body, all these amazing things that we're blessed with. And we don't ask for people to love us all the time. We don't ask for this person to treat us a certain way. We couldn't possibly pray for everything that we wanted to happen good in our lives that happens on a daily basis. And there's so many things that do happen to us every single day that we never ask for, but we assume it's going to happen because God has already blessed us with it. And I think that we take for granted that we've already received so many of these gifts, and we just need to be patient with the fact that, hey God, you've done so much for me in my life, and we need to be more thankful and understand that all these things that we might not see that we're being blessed with are answered prayers that we never even prayed ourselves. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Today's message was a little bit all over the place, but if I can leave y'all with one thing, it would be that right there. Y'all have a blessed one. Thank y'all so much for watching.